Hello and welcome back to the Geordie Pig Investor channel, where we delve into the world of dividend investing to help you build a portfolio that pays you. Today we're slicing into Domino's Pizza Group, and yes, we're talking about the UK's favourite cheese-slinging, dough-spinning delivery giant. While the market's been a bit crusty lately, Domino's has been quietly cooking up strong growth, expanding margins and rewarding investors with tasty dividends. With resilient consumer demand and a delivery model that thrives even when the economy's stuffed, it's looking like a delicious entry point. In short, this might be one of those rare times you actually want to buy the dip in garlic sauce. Domino's Pizza Group's stock ticker DOM is the UK and Ireland's leading pizza delivery brand, meaning they're responsible for running and expanding the brand's presence in those regions. They don't actually directly own every store. Most are franchise operated, with Domino's providing the brand, recipes, supply chain, marketing and tech platforms to support those operations, with over 90% of their orders placed online. In today's video, we are going to have a closer look at why the company has had a share price drop recently and if it's a good opportunity to buy this giant in your portfolio. Some key stats to do with Domino's is they are currently priced at £2.07. They're part of the consumer cyclicals industry, have a market cap at 817 million, went public back in 1999, have over 2,000 employees, have a dividend growth streak at 2 years with a 5-year growth rate at 2.09% and a yield that currently sits at 5.35%. Year to date, the stock is down over 34%, and that is exactly why we are going to have a look at if Domino's is at a good buying opportunity. First off, we're going to have a look at some key reasons for Domino's stock price decline, with the first one being their profit warning. The company slashed its annual underlying EBITDA forecast to 130 to 140 million, which is down from 140 to 150 million. This led to a slowdown in consumer confidence. We also had rising employment costs pressuring margins. Franchises are grappling with increased wage obligations and higher employee national insurance contributions that kicked in during April. The result? Well, it was that on average, store profitability fell by 5% in H1, eroding the financial health of many of its entrepreneurial operators. And you had stagnant sales volumes compared to alleviated comparatives. Despite modest system-wide revenue gains, order numbers were flat and like-for-like sales dipped, especially compared to Euro 2024, as that gave it a massive boost last year. Although this was partly expected, it's going to be really important to keep an eye on this over the next 12 months to see how sales do progress in this period. You then had the analyst downgrades and price target cuts. Key analysts including RBC and Deutsche Bank have slashed their price targets from 350 GBX down to 285 and 400 GBX down to only 309 respectively. This contributed to negative investor sentiment, but we do need to still bear in mind that this is still well above the company's current price, which sits at just over 200 GBX. And finally, we have the executive instability. CEO Mark van Dijk resigned after just 7 months in the role. This triggered questions about the company's strategic direction. The share price initially plunged 25% on this news, but then later stabilized down about 16%. Now we're going to have a look at the flip side and why I think you should actually consider Domino's for your portfolio. The first one being their attractive valuation. Currently the stock is trading at a price to earnings of around 10.7, while analysts see a fair PE estimate at around 15.7, which suggests there is potential for very good upside. We also have their strategic investment. A new 5-year franchise agreement includes joint investments in marketing, technology and supply chain, 3 to 4 million annually. And this is then complemented by planned store growth toward a 2 billion sales target by 2028. Underlying annual core profits rose by approximately 4%, driven by successful promotion boosting orders, which, if it can continue at this rate, means that the profit should fully recover by next year and the company is going to be in a very good position. Domino's delivers an impressive ROCE of 30%, vastly outperforming the hospitality sector average at 7.5%. Combined with a rising capital base, this indicates strong reinvestment quality and compounding capabilities. Domino's also has a very robust dividend with sustainable payouts. The trailing dividend yield stands at near 3.9%, with payout ratios at a conservative 48% of profits and 49% of free cash flow, making dividends appear sustainable, backed by healthy earnings growth. And let's not forget how strong the Domino's brand recognition really is. They have shown strong same-store sale growth and renewed volume traction, helped by loyalty programs and digital upgrades. I just think at these prices it could be creating a really good opportunity to buy into a solid, long-term, steady company. We are now going to have a closer look at Domino's on Stockopedia. When it comes to analysing stocks, having the right tools can make all the difference, and that's exactly why I love Stockopedia. It's hands down one of the best platforms out there for anyone serious about investing, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro. Stockopedia stands out due to their comprehensive and easy to understand data. They combine powerful data with intuitive, easy to digest visuals. Their unique stock rank system helps me quickly identify the best stocks based on quality, value, and momentum. It saves me hours of research by giving me clear, actionable insights right at my fingertips. And because I want you to experience the power of Stockopedia for yourself, I've got an exclusive deal where you can get 25% discount using the code in the description down below, and you'll also get 2 weeks of free access to explore everything on the platform before committing. This is the perfect way to test out all of the tools and see why I rely so much on Stockopedia now for my stock research. So please check out the link in the description and start making smarter investing decisions today. So if we have a look at the graph shown on screen right now, we can actually see the stock was around about £3.40 in May 2024 compared to being around £2.07 right now. And it does show you on here what the different price was in comparison to certain time periods. Like we can see as well, it does highlight the 52-week high. It is down 41.9% compared to that point. If we have a look over here on the right hand side, you can actually see the growth and value part of the company, and then also the quality part of the company underneath that. We can also see that for most categories, Domino's is scoring on the upper to mid end, which is a good sign to see. And that is when comparing it with the industry and also the market. So it is quite a nice feature on here because it's not only going to be comparing it with other stocks in the industry, but also giving you a broader look at the comparison to the market. And as we already mentioned, their PE ratio is very attractive right now. And due to the share price dip, it also has a fantastic current dividend yield. If we keep scrolling down, you can then see the Piastri F score, which it has scored 5 out of 9 on, so it is classed as a stable company. But their bankruptcy risk score, which is the Altman Z score, is in the cautious section, so that will be something to pay attention to. And they do have an earnings manipulation risk score of negative 2.52, which is a very good score, so they are on the lower risk side when looking at this one. And if we do scroll down further, they also show you an analyst consensus, which shows that 4 brokers believe it's a strong buy right now, alongside 4 brokers who think it's a buy right now, and then there is 2 who believe that it is a sell. So if we come across to the income statements for Domino's, we can see that on a total revenue basis, they are still growing year on year. And this is exactly how we want to see this chart. It should be going up and to the right. And although they did have a slight dip in 2024, it's nothing to be too concerned about and are hopefully going to see growth within the company. But even though their total revenue was slightly down, their overall gross profit was actually up by 2 million. So this does show that although they didn't bring as much in, they did have lower operational expenses, which meant that overall they were still able to bring in slightly better profit. And if we have a closer look at their dividends per share, obviously the higher this is, the better it's going to be. So we can see they did have a dip in 2019, and although they had a freak spike in 2020, since then, if we take these 2 sort of outliers out of it, they have actually had steady growth when it comes to dividend per share. And as I am a dividend growth focused investor, one of the main things I'm looking for within a company is for them to be showing consistent dividend growth. One way to see this is by looking at the company's payouts throughout the years to see if they have been raising that dividend payment on a year-to-year basis. As you can see on the chart, Domino's has been growing that dividend since 2001 at a really steady rate. It did have a spike in dividend in 2001, which I'm not too sure why, but if we do ignore this anomaly, then the dividend has actually been increasing at a steady rate, and with them having a very healthy payout ratio at only 40%, and they've just announced plans to resume share buybacks by the end of the year, which only gives me more confidence in the cash generative model. Another element I like to look at when looking at a company is director dealings, because it can highlight insiders' confidence or worries. And if we have a look on here, we can actually see that so far in 2025, there's not been so much activity until recently. Interestingly, that activity was by the new chairman who was appointed in April this year, Ian Bull, and he bought 7,500 shares for £15,936 on August 5th. And then Matish Patel, a non-executive director, bought over 38,000 shares for close to £80,000 on August 8th. And yesterday at 1 a.m, there was another buy for around £10,000 by a fellow non-executive director. It could mean nothing, but I'd rather see people within the company buying more shares rather than selling, as you want to see people within the company showing confidence in the business and not cashing out or running away. And now we've had a closer look at the company itself, we're going to now look at their intrinsic value, and to work this out, I combine two key approaches: a discounted cash flow valuation method and a relative valuation method. I forecast the company's future free cash flows, then discount them back to present value using a chosen discount rate to account for risk in time. This gives me a baseline value based on the business's own cash generating ability. I then cross-check that with a relative valuation, looking at how similar companies are priced using ratios like PE, EV to EBITDA, or PFCF. By averaging the results from both methods, I get a more balanced and realistic estimate of what the stock is truly worth today, and when plugging in my numbers on the worst case scenario, we can see that Domino's was worth 327 GBX, on the average case being worth 430 GBX, and on the best case being worth 556 GBX, which is a 63% undervaluation on that current price. I then use Wall Street estimates when analysing a company because they provide a broader market consensus on future earnings, revenue, and cash flow expectations, usually based on detailed research from industry analysts with access to management insights and market data. These estimates help me stress test my own assumptions and see if my valuation is in line with or diverging from what the market is expecting. It also gives context around investor sentiment and potential catalysts or risks that may not be fully reflected in historical data alone. In short, they help validate or challenge my thesis with a wider lens. We can see that on the Wall Street estimates, on the worst case scenario, they believe that Domino's has a 22% upside, being valued at 252 GBX, and on the highest forecast, seeing a massive 128% upside, being valued at 472 GBX. Once I've calculated the intrinsic value using both my DCF and relative valuation methods and factored in the Wall Street estimates for an added layer of insight, I combine all of that to arrive at my final buy price. This gives me a well-rounded, evidence-based target that reflects both the company's true cash-generating potential and how the broader market values similar businesses. I also apply a margin of safety to account for uncertainties or forecasting errors, so my final buy price isn't just a number, it's a point where I feel confident I'm getting long-term value with limited downside risk. On the worst case scenario, we can see Domino's were valued at £2.90, so with a 10% margin of safety on the worst case price, you'd be looking to buy the stock at £2.61, and with a 20% margin of safety on this price, you'd be looking to buy Domino's at £2.32. On the average case, they were valued at £4, so with a 10% margin of safety on this price, you'd be looking to buy Domino's at £3.60, and with a 20% margin of safety, you'd be looking to buy Domino's at £3.20. And finally, on the best case price, we can see Domino's were valued at £5.14, so with a 10% margin of safety, you'd be looking to buy Domino's at £4.63, and with a 20% margin of safety, you'd be looking to buy the company at £4.12, which compared to that current price at £2.07 looks very attractive. So what does this mean for Domino's? Is the stock a buy right now? Domino's Pizza Group stands out as a compelling choice for UK dividend investors thanks to its resilient business model, strong cash flow generation and consistent dividend growth, even amid challenging market conditions. Despite recent profit pressures, the company's impressive market share gains, ongoing operational improvements like supply chain automation and strategic initiatives such as its loyalty program position it well for long-term growth. With a solid interim dividend increase and plans to resume share buybacks, Domino's demonstrates confidence in its ability to return value to shareholders, making it an attractive, income-generating stock in the UK consumer sector. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Domino's Pizza, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more stock insights. And hey, why didn't Domino's never worry about competition? Because they always deliver. Just like their pizzas. Stay tuned, keep investing, and I'll catch you at the next one. For now, this is the Geordie Pig Investor, over and out.